Okay, so by a show of hands, who has ever had fear come in and just steal some new idea, some new inspiration from you? Am I the only one? Hey guys, welcome back to Fearless Fridays. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, September 20th. This is episode 40. Episode 40 of Fearless Fridays. Let's pause for a minute. I'm very excited about that. I'm so excited to have been doing this for 40 episodes. And I thank you for watching me. If you are a new watcher, welcome to the show. There are 39 other episodes that you can binge on YouTube and IGTV. And if you are a return watcher, I thank you for returning. I thank you for watching again. If you have shared, liked, commented, inboxed me, any of those things, I truly appreciate it. So listen, this is what I want to talk about today. The thought or the idea of fear stealing some new inspiration. It could be an idea for writing a book. It could be a business that you want to start. It could be the idea to go back to school. It could be any of those things. It could be any number of things. And I think we've all experienced this. We've all experienced, or many of us have experienced, if you are a person with vision and dream and goals and drive and passion, you have experienced having some new spark of inspiration come to you and you get excited about it and you start working on it and you believe and you know, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to finish this is what's going to happen, this is what I'm going to do. And then fear starts creeping in. It could be fear that's coming out of you. It could be fear that you have gained. That's not a good word for fear, but fear that you have gained from past circumstances or past situations not working out the way you want them to. It could be fear from another person. Another person has become a naysayer in your life and they're saying that whatever you want to do is not going to happen. It's not going to work out. Why are you doing that? You trying to leave us behind? All these things that people say when you start something new. And so you have this spark of inspiration. You get started going for the goal or going for the vision that you have inside of you. And then fear comes at you, whether it be from the inside or whether it be from outside sources. Fear comes at you. And like I said, I think this is something that we've all experienced. If you are a person who has any kind of drive, if you are a person who has ever started anything new or ventured out into the unknown, you're going to have some level of fear that's going to come to you. And one thing that I like to think of when this happens to me, because this does happen to me, it has happened to me before. One thing that I like to think of is remembering what the original goal was. What was the original thought? What was the original spark of creation? What was the original why? What is your why? And you may have heard that phrase before, but I think that's important to ask yourself. What is your why? Why did you start? Why did you start researching how to start a business? Why did you start? Why did you decide to go back to school? Why did you start? Why did you decide to change jobs or quit your job? Why did you start? Why did you decide to, venture out of your comfort zone or venture away from the place that you've always known and meet new people and make new friends and do something new? Why did you start? Who did you want to help? Who did you want to inspire? What did you want to build? What kind of legacy did you want to leave? Why did you start? I think it's so important to remember that because the fear is going to come in. It's going to try to creep in. And if you allow it to get inside your mind, if you allow the fear to talk to you louder than your why, you're kind of doomed. You're kind of doomed. The situation is doomed. You cannot allow the fear to talk louder than your reason why. You cannot allow the fear to speak to you louder than the original spark of creation, the original spark of inspiration, the original idea, the original vision, the original goal, the original why. You cannot allow fear to be louder in your mind and in your heart than your why. You cannot. I think that's so important to remember because a lot of people do not carry out the things that they've always wanted to do. And the only reason they don't carry those things out is because fear stopped them. And they think about it and they're like, oh, I could have changed the world. I could have, left a legacy. I could have inspired someone. I could have helped someone. I could have changed the outcome of a certain situation if only I had kept going. It's better to get down the line, 5 years down the line, and know that you have worked hard for something and see it start to bear fruit than to get 5 years down the line and realize I gave up. I got scared. I got afraid. I let the fear talk me out of it. And now I'm exactly where I was 5 years ago. And now I have regrets because I didn't carry it forward. Don't let your fear speak to you louder than your why, louder than your reason why. I saw this quote earlier this week and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's a quote by Rosa Parks, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to quote her incorrectly. And she says, I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. When your mind is made up and you've decided that you're going to go for that thing, whatever it is that you started, when you have decided that you're going to go for it and you're going to put your all into it, it has to diminish your fear a little bit. So if your fear is talking to you louder than your why, then you got to remember why you started. You got to remember the task at hand, because that diminishes fear when you know why you started. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. When you know what you have to do, I got to start this business. I got to finish this book. I got to go back to school. I got to find a new job. This is what I have to do. And the fear will be diminished when you have made up in your mind that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt what you have to do. It has to happen. It has to go forward. It must happen. I'm not going to say that the fear goes away completely, but it will diminish. And this is something that I have experienced in my own life. When I know that I have to do something, I have to do it. It has to get done. I have to see that vision come to pass. I have to see that dream come true. The fear starts to diminish because my mind is made up. My mind is made up. So I hope that helped you. I hope that blessed you. That quote definitely blessed me, and I wanted to share that quote with you guys, and also share with you guys that you have to remember why you started. You have to remember why you started. You have to. And if your why isn't strong enough, you might need a new why. If your why is not strong enough to keep you moving forward, you might need to reanalyze it. Sit back for a minute and think about it again, and think about, why am I really doing this? Why did I start this in the first place? If your why is strong enough, your fear will be diminished. If your mind is made up and you know what needs to be done, your fear will be diminished. As always, fear is stupid. Get out in the world, live, love, go, do, be. And make sure you hop on over to Facebook and join the Fearless Living Society. Yeah, it's a new group. I'm still figuring out how it all is going to work, but I just like to share fearless living inspiration in there. So yeah, join the Fearless Living Society on Facebook. Binge watch all 40 episodes of this show on YouTube or IGTV. Feel free to subscribe and comment and like and share and all of those good things. I appreciate all of it. Fear is stupid. Get out in the world. Live, love, go, do, be. Remember your why. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.